Hi, I'm John Alexandroff, and we're continuing this series of questions, comments, principles that I run into when I'm working in my one-on-one coaching business, when I'm working as a business advisor, maybe acting as a board-level consultant to some of the companies that I work with. And today I want to talk about accountability. Some people shy away from accountability. They just don't want to be held accountable to anything or anybody. And that's typically people who have this real strong, independent streak, and they just feel like they don't need to be accountable to anything or anybody. And then there are people who just thrive on accountability. They love to be held accountable. They love to make their goals public. They love to demonstrate people through their physical actions and their thoughts how accountable they are for their success, for uplifting the people around them, for providing for their families, for being a great citizen in either their community, their religious organizations, the charities they support. Some people love and thrive on accountability, and some people hate it. One day I came to the realization, this was about 25 years ago. I was listening to a Napoleon Hill audio. I was driving from my home to my office at the time. This was when I was a full-time attorney. And I was listening to a Napoleon Hill audio. It was called Your Right to Be Rich. And on that audio, Napoleon Hill said something that changed my life. It was a defining moment for me. So I was driving on Interstate 190 from Worcester, Massachusetts to Fitchburg, Massachusetts. And Napoleon Hill said, when you're in the presence of someone who's willing to be held accountable, you're in the presence of nobility. And as soon as he said that, it was like a lightning bolt hit me. I pulled my car over to the side of the road and I sat there and I replayed it. And he said, when you're in the presence of someone who's willing to be held accountable, you're in the presence of nobility. And I stopped in that moment and I got teary-eyed and I started to weep a little bit. And I realized that I wasn't being accountable to anybody, including myself. I was just rough, independent, go-getter, driven. I didn't care what happened behind me. I was just looking in front of me, and if you were in my way, I was going to find a way to get over you, through you, or around you. I didn't care about the wake that was being caused behind me. I wasn't accountable to anything or anybody. But I thought that was fantastic because I was being independent. I was blazing my own trail, all the stuff that you hear about. But what I was really doing was foreclosing my opportunities in the future. I wasn't building collaboration. I wasn't building consensus. I was basically a dictator. And when Napoleon Hill made that statement, I said, you know something? I need to make some changes. I sat down with my staff and I apologized. I sat down with my family and I apologized. And I said, from now on, I'm going to be fully accountable to what it is that I say that I'm going to do. I'm going to fulfill my promises and my commitments. And I'm going to make sure that I do it in a way that uplifts you, that includes you. I'm going to collaborate with you. I'm going to work with you. We're going to move our entire organization forward together. We're going to move our family forward together. We're going to have common goals. We're going to do those things. So accountability is extremely important. Sometimes people can be self-accountable. They can get up every day and do whatever they have to do without anybody looking over their shoulder. And sometimes people need third-party accountability, like being a part of an accountability group or a mastermind group or having a coach like me to help you be accountable. Either way, if you're in a position where you're unwilling to be held accountable, I'm going to say be very blunt about this. Shame on you, because you're hurting yourself and you're hurting a lot of other people. If you are being willing to be held accountable, congratulations. But stop and think, can I be accountable to even a higher level? Because my goals and my family and my business and our employees and our customers are so important that I'm willing to be held accountable to even a higher degree. And if you are, fantastic. Of course, you can always go back and watch some of the previous videos that I've created. You know how to get a hold of me. Give me a ring, send me an email. I'm happy to discuss these issues with you. However, remember that quote from Napoleon Hill. When you are in the presence of someone who's willing to be held accountable, you're in the presence of nobility. So ask yourself, am I nobility or am I not? Am I willing to get there or am I not? If you are, fantastic. Give me a ring or go ahead and reach out through email. and I'm happy to discuss your personal situation with you or your business situation with you, and let's work together to help you accomplish your goals.